Welcome to a brand new episode of the 3 Dot Podcast. My name is Bugsy.
I'm D-Buster.
And I'm... What do I go by again, guys?
I think you go by Goozy.
Goozy.
Goozy
Gang.
Goose Gang. Even though I've named him multiple different nicknames. Yeah, I've named him multiple different nicknames.
Yeah.
Welcome where the conversation does not stop. Guys, hope everyone is having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you may be listening around the world to the 3 Dot Podcast. Gentlemen.
We are there. I'll be there.
When's the last time we saw each other and us together, like the whole production crew in a room?
It's been a few weeks.
Since
since
you
you
looked
laughed
at
at
me.
me.
It's been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
God damn it.
Right? I think like a month.
A month? When's the last time? Wait, what
No,
was
okay,
it?
no. It's been almost a month. Maybe 3 weeks. Is 3 weeks a month?
We didn't meet during the holidays?
We have recorded already.
Oh, you guys.
Yeah.
As a whole, though.
No.
Oh, yeah, you guys
no.
recorded.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta retrace my steps here. Did you mean get together in the studio or just...
No, just in general.
Yes.
Oh.
In general.
Yeah.
Well, no. We got together for an annual drunk fest that we celebrate during the holidays called Drunk Elephant.
Oh.
That was the last time we saw each other. Everybody in this room, including Chaotic and JB, who you guys hear. They're on the sides.
They're going to be in an episode soon. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll cross that
But
bridge when
that-
we get there.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But that is
Yeah.
the last time everybody in this room was together.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. D-Buster, you want to explain a little bit the rules of Drunk Elephant?
Drunk Elephant. So, what it is it's pretty much just White Elephant with a twist. So, in White Elephant, traditionally, you have all the gifts in the center. Everyone steals a gift, and that gifts can get stolen. You can only steal it twice, then the gift's locked, and so on and so forth. With our version of it, you can steal infinitely. But the twist is you have to take shots for those gifts. Every time you steal it, it one-ups the shot count for that gift.
Ooh.
So that's where the fun begins.
Are there steelbacks?
There's no direct steal back, so the rules are the same. But if you want to steal it, you have to drink one more than the gift. So if you steal it initially, there's 0 shots on it. That's fine. But if you want to steal it from somebody, you have to take 1 shot. And let's say I want to steal it from that person, you take 2 shots for it. And if they want to steal it from that other person, that's 3 shots, and so on and so forth.
Does it lock, though, at 3?
Nope. There is a natural lock.
Forever.
There's a natural lock that happens at some point.
I will say, though, in the first 3 years, there were steelbacks, and there's a reason why there's no more steelbacks.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why there's no more steelbacks is because you got drunker faster.
Yep.
You got drunker faster, and you knocked yourself out of the game faster. That's why that's...
Well,
the
it will
rules
just...
It didn't give anyone the chance because it
Yeah.
got too high, and then no one would take that for that
Because
item.
there's people who drink a lot in our group.
Yeah,
I'm not one of them.
you were.
I don't think "were" is the proper word, my friend.
Oh well, no, actually, no, he
Is.
lied. He still
He's
is.
the king, man.
Yes.
That's not true.
No. Well,
There's no video fucking evidence.
you're- But that is the premise. The last time we've met was during that.
Yes, that's literally our friend's Christmas we've been doing this for 10+ years.
But the presents are the biggest thing though is that these
yeah.
presents are extravagant.
Extravagant presents. It
Oh.
started out as a $20 limit present, but we learned in these last 10 years, we learned that the bigger the present is, we're talking
The
value.
harder we'll go.
If it was more expensive, people would fight each other more for it, and so people would try to outdrink each other, and that's what makes the game really fun. And also, we're a good batch of people too. When we get drunk, we get drunk.
We go crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It gets
a decade full
loud.
of friendship is honestly the best time together.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time of the year
Oh, it
in
gets.
general.
I think,
It's always fun.
Yeah.
And we do it. We've done it 13 years now.
13 years.
Mm-hmm.
How old was I?
Or
Just
it's
don't
going to
date
be
ourselves.
13.
13 years we've been doing this
23.
game.
Mhm.
23.
Right.
13.
This is going to be our 13th year doing it. 12 was last.
Do we turn into a mermaid?
We might.
The 13th year. That's right.
Mhm.
Only on Disney Channel. But I do want to sneak in there that I thought it was insanely funny that before the party started, we were, because obviously we're all a little much older than when we started, and a lot of us were saying, "Man, I don't think we could drink this many shots." We were dead wrong by the
No.
by the end of the night.
It depends on what's the gift.
I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Tell,
got
tell,
Why?
tell them why you're pissed.
Why?
I got your gift, which is
Yes.
a beautiful gift. It's a
I tried to fight for it.
yeah. You fucked everything up, by the way, just because you did. You fucked up this whole. We can talk about this, but D-Buster got us a M12 remote vacuum, a Roomba, if you will, but it's like a nice one.
Yes.
Look
It's
up the
very
price.
Yeah,
nice.
It's
Dave
expensive.
can literally
It's
ride on it.
expensive, yes.
He could ride on it.
Yeah, he could ride it to
He
Rohan.
could fit on the
It is
surface
a
on it.
very expensive self-cleaning robot that mops and cleans itself
And vacuums.
and vacuums.
Damn.
I've only used it twice since I've gotten it.
Yes.
I've gotten it, and that went up to how many shots?
I don't know. It was like 9 shots to steal.
No. It was more than
No. Was it?
that. I mean, the total.
Fact check us, JB. What was it?
It was more than 10. It might have been reaching 15. I don't know.
Can't remember. Everyone was drunk.
It was, yeah.
It was getting there.
No, I want to say it
Twilight.
was like
It was up there, though.
around
was.
nine,
It was up there.
nine
Yes,
shots maybe.
Yes.
But the thing is, the 9 was compounded because it was like, I'm pretty sure I took this.
Yeah, you
sounds-
took several for it. So
This-
you took like 5, and then you stole it again at
Right.
like 7.
Yeah,
And then I was all like, bro,
yeah.
why?
But that was within an hour, so I took 5 shots, then 7 shots. So
Yeah.
we had a cup like.
No,
big.
no, you, not 7. You took
Uh,
8. You took 5 and then 8.
5 and then 8, so that's 13 shots.
Yeah. And that was, and you also
13
had
for the
steals
13th year.
in the middle of it. You
That's ridiculous.
you had some like smaller steals.
What's wrong with me?
I don't
What's
know.
wrong? What's wrong with us?
Jeez.
So you had a lot.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And that's not even the most ever in a game of Drunk Elephant. I think the most shots that were ever consumed was it 21?
What?
Yeah, not this year. I'm talking about like
It
the
was-
previous years.
It was Joe for the TV.
It was 20, right? Was it like
How many
wasn't
shots did he
20.
take?
It was
No.
like, it was definitely
yeah,
like
someone brought a
15,
50-inch
14,
50-inch
15?
flat screen. Yeah, it was a lot. Anyways, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
He knocked out.
That's too much drinking.
It was a lot.
It's the
But
most
I think
drinking.
he was, if I remember right, he was fresh.
Yes.
He was fresh
Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as he got it.
Oh yeah.
And then he chugged
He-
it and then basically locked it.
He chugged it and he locked it because he was one of the later
my
ones.
God.
Because Joe, shout out to Joe. He's one of our heavyweights in our drinking group.
Yes, he was.
in our friend
Yes,
group.
he
Yeah.
was.
And whenever it's his turn, everyone's looking out, holding, saying goodbye to their presents because whatever he
Yeah.
wants, he's gonna get it.
Gonna take
He's
it.
gonna get it. Yeah.
So
It's either there's like several in our group who are the ones
who are like the tanks,
right.
straight up just taking shots.
If you don't know what this episode is,
I was just
on,
about to ask, what is this? Is this episode about drinking?
It's about drinking. What's in your cup?
Oh,
Beer.
Wow.
Yes.
wow.
Provided
okay.
by the one and only Chaotic.
Chaotic.
Cheers.
And that's what we have. A little bit of chaos.
A little bit of chaos with drinking. So drinking is the episode. That's
Okay, the
topic.
drunk
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. So we have a lot of drunk
Oh, I have a lot of drunk stories.
Oh,
stories.
boy.
Oh my god.
with us
Oh,
in
man.
general.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Provided I am the lightweight here.
Before we dive into this, because some of these stories are raunchy, I do want to say, because our stories, you know, it can get a little raunchy, and I have.
I wouldn't. No.
Let me talk, damn it.
Okay.
I have talked about, you know, previous episodes that my mom was following the 3 Dot Podcast TikTok. But guess what? TikTok was deleted for a day. So guess what? Mom deleted TikTok. Guess what? She can't recover her account. We're back to being dirty, baby. Anyways. Love
Okay.
you, Mom. All right.
She's gonna learn how to
She's
do
gonna
YouTube,
find
bro.
out.
No! God! Damn it. All right.
Well, let's start off with you, Bogues. Like,
Yes.
what story you want to bring up about us here, including JB and Chaotic, or us here? Anything that really recalled your mind when we were
I'm going
in
to bring
our-
it up.
Drunken stories.
There's a lot, and there's, as always, as when we story tell here at 3 Dot, you know, I may be talking about a particular story, and Goose is gonna be like, but you didn't talk about this story, so I'm gonna talk about this story because no one else is gonna bring it up. Growing up, I I think the choice of poison was always tequila. Hello, my name is Bogsy, and I may have shared a story that I shouldn't have shared because a lot of the people that watch this show are people who actually know us. So that story is gonna get redacted, but these two have great stories. So if you want to know that story, you can ask me in the background, but not on the air. So goodbye.
Continuing on. That's a cryptic ass story.
I know.
Dude.
So what's gonna happen
It
is
makes people want to follow us, subscribe, and then
maybe
people
one
wanna
day in
know.
the future, you'll tell the full story.
it's gonna be one of those things that's like people are like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck? I just
Yeah.
spent 15
If we
minutes
get enough
hearing
love,
nothing."
if we get enough of comments and asking, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Okay.
Oh boy,
Go ahead.
D-Buster.
Drunk story.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one that I think about, and I always think about every now and then, is one day we took a group trip to Tahoe.
Oh, yes. Let's talk
And
about it.
this was, and what was funny was because Chaotic, he set up a camera.
Chaotic was there.
Yeah, he set up like a rotating camera, a time-lapse camera. And I didn't know. So I mentioned earlier, I was the lightweight in this group. I at some point passed out
Oh my god.
on the couch. We were playing like King's Cup. We were taking like, someone brought Everclear for whatever reason. We were mixing something.
that
with
was
Mind
it.
me.
you, that
I
this
brought
Tahoe
Everclear.
trip, it was just let's get together, big trip with the guys.
Yeah.
Go to
man.
Tahoe. We brought every
every
type of
drink
alcohol.
known to the. Oh my god!
And the worst of the worst was there, which was the
Everclear.
Yeah. I brought that.
We played King's Cup with Everclear. Gee, that was the stupidest thing anyone has ever done. Because then you're all like, all right, let's play King's Cup. And then we set it up.
We were
and then we're all
also-
like, we'll put shots in random cups
Right.
of Everclear. And we're all like, if you take it, you just got to take it. I lost, like, there was 3 Everclear shots in it. I got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
And I didn't wanna take it.
remember him getting mad by the second one. Shout out to Mark Weenus, Victor, and Austin, who were in that trip as well, and Chaotic, who's here in the studio. We were all in our house, and we also had a foosball table upstairs, and I whooped everyone's ass. You remember, guys?
You want
Yeah,
everyone to
you
remember
did.
that.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. Don't mess with me.
But back to my story. So Chaotic set up a rotating time-lapse camera when we were playing these games. I passed out because after we played King's Cup, I had like 2 shots I didn't take that they were forcing me to take. They were like, "You gotta take it, you gotta do it," and I was like, "I can't, I really can't." So I laid down, passed out. During this time lapse, I learned this fucker was ass shaking on. Like bare ass. My face was right here. He was twerking. And I learned this. And that's not the only time you did that. But I learned that you did at some point when I passed out, you did that.
D-Buster was laid out on the couch.
Yes.
Goose was
Bare ass.
He was just towering over him, and he was just shaking his ass.
Because I was the first one to pass out.
Right.
And then, because I guess it was a punishment for not taking my shots. He was calling me a bitch. And I was like, all right, fine. And then when I woke up, I don't know what it was. I sat up and I go, give me my goddamn shots. And then somebody yelled, The Undertaker! Was it you? It was somebody.
Somebody. I don't.
Someone yelled, The Undertaker, because the way I sat up,
You
apparently.
sat up. Just,
And then I took my 2 additional, it wasn't Everclear, but I took my 2 additional shots. And I finished out the night. And then I was wandering about. And then I walked in. One of our friends was in the garage, pitch
It was
black.
Victor,
Pitch black, laying flat on the ground.
and he was eyes open.
Yeah.
Eyes
He
open
was
too.
like flat on the ground.
Yeah.
And I go, what are you doing in there? And then he didn't respond. And I was like, dude, somebody check up on him. I think you checked up on
no,
him.
it was me.
It was,
you.
No, it was Goose. It was Goose.
I opened the door and I'm like, Veej. He's just like this. He goes, yep.
VJ is just on the floor with his arms crossed, looking straight on the ceiling. That's how he looked like.
No.
That's
and
the visual.
He's just like, yup. And I'm like, are you okay? He's like, yup. oh, okay. And then I close the door. I'm like, he seems okay, and then that was it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
He-
for some
he-
reason that happened.
He got sucked into the darkness.
There's a problem I have, and I think we need to clear the air out. It's been
I need to clear the
What?
air out with something too, but go ahead.
it's been years now. I'm infuriated at Bogsy
Why?
because we had a strict rule. What was the one rule, D-Buster?
Oh yeah.
What was the one rule that we had going into the
I
trip?
already know the rule. I know that. He told me in the beginning.
He does this now.
He told me in the beginning of the trip.
He was on board. He was like, no Snapchat.
So back,
No
so
Snapchat.
during
No
this,
Snapchat.
So
No
during this
Snapchat.
time, Snapchat was very prime, and and I was, I was the one who was always on it. And so in the beginning of the trip, before we even started drinking, Goose goes, "Hey, whatever happens this weekend, no Snapchat." And of course, I was sober, and I was like, "Okay, all right, no Snapchat." I lied because when I got drunk, I filmed Goose when he was towering you,
Oh,
shaking his ass.
I was doing the Macarena like this. Right? My ass is right in front of Dave's face, my bare ass. And I'm doing the Macarena.
Okay, no, I have to. Now things are coming back because not only was he doing the Macarena, the camera was not stationary. Chaotic picked up the camera and he was actually filming. And
the time-lapse thing?
He zoomed in on his butt. I remember that. I just remember seeing that. Anyways, I did get it on Snapchat.
Yeah, so he gets it on Snapchat. Flash forward to work at where we all work together.
At one point.
All right? And I'm in the office, the check-in office. And my boss goes, "Hey, I saw your ass this weekend." This is why we didn't have, no Snapchat. This is why we have the rule. Follow the rule.
I remember seeing him running across.
chill, dude.
I remember seeing him across the building floor running at me.
So mad.
And he's like, he runs at me and
I
he's like,
grabbed him by his collar.
he grabbed me by my collar and he was just shaking me. He's like, "Fuck that! I'm telling you about using Snapchat." I was like, "What are you talking about, man? They saw it, man." I was like, "Saw what? They saw my ass." And I'm like, "Dude, I deleted it." He's like, "Yeah, but how many people saw it? Do you remember?" Like, he was literally asking me the view count on that little ass shot. And I was like, I think it was like 13 people. And he goes, "I need to find the rest of the 12 people."
It was like finding the Dragon Balls, dude.
Yeah, I think he found like 7 of them, but he couldn't find the rest.
For the rest of you guys, whatever. You guys probably saw my ass eventually anyway.
Yes, close loved ones. I got to bring this up before we move to the next story, because when you knocked out, I slept on the floor right next to you. And this was my fault. I grabbed the camera lens, and I flicked it towards your crotch, and I hit it. And you got so mad at me.
I got mad.
You woke up, you go, "What the hell's wrong with you?" You picked up the lens, and you flew that, like, gambit straight to my noggin, and it knocked me out, bro. I was like, "Oh, shit." And I fucking knocked out on the floor.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you got so mad. You woke up, you picked it up, and you fucking threw it hella hard at my head, dude. And I knocked out. I blacked out, man. Anyways, yeah.
That was a fun trip.
Good story.
That was a fun
I think
trip.
we're running it back this year.
I believe so.
We are running it back.
Yes, I believe we're running it
Tahoe
back.
trip part
and,
2.
Yeah, I think James should come too. It should be fun.
Yeah, JB's
JB.
on board this time.
JB's on board. Goose.
Hell yeah. What's your drunk story?
I mean, there's so many,
There's a
but
lot.
there
There is a lot.
when I think of the funny,
Oh my god.
when I think of the funny stories that come to mind with our group, including the people in the background,
Yeah.
Chaotic, JB, I'm gonna have to call him out. It's Chaotic. The one time there was a surprise party happening for Chaotic, and he knows this.
Oh yeah.
It's a while. It's a long time, but it's water under the bridge. But, my job is I'm getting a text from his girlfriend at the time, and she's like, "Can you just like delay him for like another hour while we get everything ready?" And I'm like, "Sure." The only thing I could think of delaying is getting drinks, So me and Chaotic, we go to Jack's, and we start drinking. And the bartender's super friendly. He's 22 years old at the time, because I remember how many we drank and what we drank and the picture that you made. And it was like a Scooby-Doo snack and a Sazerac and freaking 2 Jameson shots, and we're just in the bar. And at this point, we're getting trashed. And his girlfriend hits me up again. And she's like, "Where are you? We're ready for you." And I'm like, "Hold up, we need to,
We need time.
We need time. We need time now. We need time. We need to sober up." And he's trashed. The bartender was so nice. We took like 1 or 2 more shots of top shelf shit. We go and we're heading back to his place. And I'm looking over and I'm like, I don't think this is a good idea for me to come back. At this point, his girlfriend is blowing up my phone. She's like, "Where are you? What's going on?" Everything like that. And I'm like, "Oh no, Chaotic's trashed." So we go. We go to his house. I'm carrying him up. And I first person I call is Bogsy. And I go, "Bogsy, can you help me get Chaotic into the house?"
Yeah.
So yes. So we open the door. He's draped over like this, like on both of our shoulders, and all I could think of is how much trouble I am in. The door swings open, and everyone's like, "Surprise!" First thing that Chaotic says, he goes, "I'm fucking drunk," and he just stumbles to the bathroom. He needs to throw up.
Oh.
While he's stumbling to the bathroom, he yaks. And he hits the kitchen counter. And everyone's like, oh. And that was pretty much the end of the party. I was put on blame for that. I don't put myself for blame for that. All
No.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Poor planning. You set him up.
He had a good time.
Yeah.
Hey.
Did you have a good time, Chaotic? Kelly, it was a great time.
That was a good
The
time.
greatest of times.
It was so great that
All right.
the day after he photoshopped the list of all the drinks and he called it the 22.
Damn.
Yeah.
The 22.
The 22.
And that wasn't the only time we've ever brought...
Huh? 23. Sorry, it was the 23. See?
That wasn't the only time we
Jeez.
brought Chaotic home drunk, too. There have been multiple times we brought him home drunk, and there were, like, different little side stories that have happened. Very, very memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little small things. But those
mean-
are stories for a different time. maybe.
Yeah, we can keep going and going and talking about these stories.
I mean, the drunk story, it could be a series, honestly. In fact,
Oh,
we should probably do that because I tell you, if we get into the other stories, this would
How
be
many
an-
times have you guys seen my ass when we were drunk?
Oh my! I mean, I've seen it when you're not.
Yeah.
Why
Damn it.
have I seen it when? Don't ask.
It's like
It
the
was
stock
just
market.
there.
That's
It's like the
another
stock
story.
market. It
It's
goes
always
up and
there.
it goes down. Yeah.
Yep.
God damn it.
I've seen it.
Those
a
are good
lot.
stories.
I've seen it a lot of times.
His ass?
Yes.
Apparently, well, I've seen it quite a bit of times too. I've also been passed out, and it's been in front of my face
Yes. Yes.
multiple times.
Yeah. Whether you want to see it or not, it's gonna be.
It's
there.
gonna happen,
Yes.
Yeah.
But-
and not by choice.
we are holding back in terms of stories. Like there's more, but I feel like this is a good segue to just tell the folks that listen that there's gonna be at least one more episode.
No, maybe let's talk
Well,
about it. Maybe we'll
okay.
do a sub series.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Sub
go.
series.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
There you go.
Okay.
So guys,
we got a lot of things going down the pipeline, okay?
we'll talk about it. There's so much more drinking stories that we've had, but I know we've gone probably a little bit over time. But guys, if you've had any funny drunk experiences or out of pocket or wild, maybe you can't talk about it in front of the camera. You gotta talk about it behind the camera.
We'd love to hear it.
We'd love to hear it. Put it in the comments on Instagram. TikTok is back for now. YouTube especially. Share your
Yeah.
experience with us. We'd love to hear it.
We'll be putting focus on YouTube more. You guys will
Yeah.
see us more on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we thank you guys for subscribing to us on YouTube, following us on the gram or on the TikTok or wherever you feel us live.
Spotify.
Yes,
Spotify?
especially on Spotify as
Ooh.
well. But my name is Bogsy,
I'm D Buster.
And I'm Goose.
and this is the 3 Dot Podcast, where the conversation does not stop, and neither does the outcast.
It doesn't stop. Dude.
Cheers to that.